Idaho's own Jacob Mendenhall in the red gloves, Mason Moyes counters in the blue. This amateur heavyweight bout is brought to you by Ageless Men's Health, committed to improving men's health for nearly 20 years. Ageless Men's Health, an official sponsor of Fierce FC.
Sorry to put you on the spot, Blake. If anybody knows, you know. Do you know how long it's been since Mason's last fight?
His last fight was September 18th of 2021. It was a win by TKO.
Okay.
And Mason says no to the glove touch.
I love that.
Jacob says, all right, I'll throw some punches at you.
Met with a little bit of offense early by Mendenhall.
These guys look a little hesitant.
Just talking to Mason as he enters in on the takedown. Claims that his last performance, though it was a win, was his worst performance yet. Has a hard time looking back at it. Feels like he has filled in the cracks in many spots of his MMA game. We're seeing him on top right now.
It's always nice when you hear an amateur fighter critiquing their own victories, right? Just because you won doesn't mean you're necessarily happy with your performance. I know how that feels.
And this is not where Mendenhall wants to be with Mason Moyes on top of you. I've rolled with Mason a few times, and it is not fun having him on top of you.
It's a big body to be, to be smothering you like this, and especially from half guard. I will say I don't like Mendenhall, what he's doing here to try to get up. He's going the wrong way. Now he's getting upright. He's got the underhook, going to the full guard. This is going to be very, very helpful for him. It is going to be really tough, though, to try to get up from this spot. Might have been better off, getting to the underhook to the single leg and just getting up on his knees. But see if Mason's just content here to hold him down and play the chill Sonnen strategy. Yep, there it is. Body, head.
Moyes has been grappling his entire life. Only had one fight over the past 5 years, but wants to get the ball rolling once again. Obviously, this is the first stage in that. Just about halfway through round one.
Impressed with Moyes and how he set up that takedown to begin the fight. Waited for his time, caught the leg, got the takedown. Now he's on top, doing damage.
Yeah, this is not a good position. Mendenhall needs to get his feet on Moyes' hips and push him away. He's got to create space here.
Raining down blows, utilizing the grappling as he finds himself heavy on top of Mendenhall. Back into a familiar position for Moyes.
Great pressure from Moyes.
Yeah, and that was... He was able to get that position because Mendenhall made some pretty serious mistakes there grappling. He keeps trying to just get up and go the opposite way of Mason, and it's giving him the ability to take these really dominant spots.
He's looking for an arm.
Moyes searching for a submission.
Looks like he's going for an Americana. He's getting under the elbow, though. There he is. And Mendenhall scoops his arm back in.
Moyes, a state-placing wrestler at Layton High School back in the day.
Looks like he may be looking for an arm lock.
Yeah, he looks like he's isolating that arm there.
Better strategy is just to hit him in my book, but
Mason wants that arm.
Yeah, he does.
Peppering in more shots, making his weight felt on the lighter opponent in Mendenhall.
This high S mount's a pretty miserable position to be in with a heavyweight.
There you go, Mendenhall. That's what we needed to see.
That was a really excellent way to get up there on that single.
Fights his way to it, an arm-in guillotine with just 10 seconds to work.
He just looked over at Zach and smiled at him.
I think Zach said, "Do you have it?" He said, "No."
Transitioning his way over.
Neither of these guys, for heavyweights, look too tired. They look like they're pretty well-conditioned guys.
Poised and patient on both sides in that first round, seeming to go to Moyes as we kick off the top of two.
There wasn't a ton of activity, but sometimes, the nerves alone can make you tired, so.
You see what Mason's trying to set it up, and that's exactly what he did. He waited for that overhand, got right in, now he's got double underhooks.
Pressure on the cage for Moyes.
Moyes is doing a good job keeping that head position. Let's see if he tries to sneak around. Mendenhall driving hard on those whizzers. The head battle here is what you want to be looking at. Mason's trying to get inside head control.
Mendenhall able to reverse the position.
But without double underhooks, I don't know that he's going to be able to do much with it.
Moyes fights it back. Nearly mats the opposition, unable to do so. Back to the standing exchange as we go.
So this is getting interesting now because these he needs to drive his arms underneath Mason's arms to stop this takedown. He can't go over the top.
And Mason took a deep breath when he went up against the cage that last time there.
That's what I was about to say. Sometimes when these wrestlers don't get these takedowns, it takes a lot out of them. Mendenhall needs to stop striking here, and he needs to address the takedown. He needs to push Mason's head down to the mat and get his hips away.
I think he's listening to you. He's putting pressure on the head right there, and then Mason scooping that leg up.
In terms of gas tank preservation, Mason Moyes never been to a third round in his 4 fights previous. Got to wonder how things will play out if we see another 95 seconds.
I don't like Mendenhall just trying to overpower Moyes here. He's too big of a guy to be doing that. He needs to get some leverage. He needs to drive in with the underhook with his right arm. Mason's got his arms locked now. He may be looking to dump him, but again, that's a really high energy takedown.
Yeah.
Still trying to reel in that leg, unable to do so. Mendenhall.
I think Mason's exhausted. He's living and dying on that single leg.
Nice knee to the body by Mendenhall. He's listening to his corner.
He's having a lot of success here. Those are heavy shots from the heavyweight on top.
Now Mendenhall on top.
Yeah, and I don't think this is skill. I think this is an exhaustion thing. I was just going to say, if I was his coach, I might be making him stand up here, even though he is having success.
Dave Selyustad will lean in favor of the Idaho fighter. Back up to the feet we go. Slower to get up is Moyes, but still fighting back.
Now
Mendenhall having success.
That is the problem with heavyweights, though, right? We just saw Mason landed a big overhand right. One punch can change the fight.
Now Mason trying to grab the neck there. I don't know if he has anything, but he's...
Moyes searching for it. Just about 20 ticks to go.
Mendenhall's doing a good job of fighting the arms here. The moves, the things that I'm seeing Mason do, I will be honest with you, these are starting to look like desperation moves. He's hanging on to single legs for too long. He's going for guillotines. Big punches from Mendenhall up here against the cage. Moyes is doing a good job of smothering him, but again, this is a very high-energy strategy that Moyes is trying to employ, right? This fight's in his corner right now.
Yeah, he can't get sloppy because Mason that's what he wants. He's waiting for him to come in so he can tie up and get that takedown.
Mason did tell me that he has certainly been working on his striking, but met with another ace in that department right now, trading back and forth. Moyes up against the cage.
Beautiful body shot there by Mendenhall. Good strategy. Your guy's tired, go to the body, go to the gas tank.
Blitzing on the overhand right. Down is Moyes. Mendenhall smells blood, looking for another TKO finish, and will retreat.
Look how composed Mendenhall is. When's the last time you saw a heavyweight stop in the middle of his attack and let a guy get up?
Yeah, that might have just been an exhaust. I think Mason's just exhausted.
Mason is complete. Yeah.
Dave Selyustad calls the fight. Mission accomplished on the road for Jacob Mendenhall. He's going to move to 3-1.
And he